Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Dr. Peter Kevorkian on the line, and he's the president over at Life Chiropractic College West. Peter, welcome to the show.
Great to be here, Adam.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about today. I definitely want to get into what you're doing at Life Chiropractic College West. We're going to get into just what that looks like. I also want to get into just what it means to be a chiropractor and what that field entails. So we got a lot of ground to cover today, but we'll start this episode the way that we start them all, with what we like to call our Mission Matters Minute. So, Peter, at Mission Matters, our aim and our goal is to amplify stories for entrepreneurs, executives, and experts. That's what we do. Peter, what mission matters to you?
The greatest mission I believe that I have is to awaken people to the fact that the answers to many of their problems, questions lie inside of them already. And that the real goal of what we need to strive for in our lives is to do the things and experience the things to unleash what you already know. Relative to the physiology, I did that in practice for 42 years. Our bodies are designed by nature to make every drug, every chemical it should ever need in a lifetime. And the goal of what a chiropractor does is to take away any obstacles or interferences to what life is designed to do already, to basically allow the body to just function, be healthy, adapt to the world, and express your human potential. I believe that's the same thing that's true in education. I believe that people that are drawn to go to chiropractic school already have a healer inside of them, something inside of them that wants to be in service to the world to make people become healthier, more adaptive to the world. And it's my job to unlock and unleash that healer that's inside of them. Yes, we give them the academics and the tools, but there's loads of data that's available. You can go on YouTube and learn just about anything, but it's more data. It's awakening something inside of that person so that they can fully express that to the people that they want to serve in their lives.
It's awesome. Love bringing mission-based individuals on the line to share, how they do what they do, why they're doing it, and really what we can all learn from that so we grow together. So good having you on. And just to get us started here, when did you find out, or when did you know you wanted to be a chiropractor? Like, how did that journey start for you?
I was in college to be a civil engineer. I was studying at Tufts University in Medford, and I loved engineering.
Well, I see the link there, civil engineer, chiropractor. No, I'm just...
Yeah. Well, there is. Oh, okay. So you look at
it. Give it to me. Go.
Chiropractors care about the structure of the body, right?
Yes.
Engineers care about the structure of buildings and bridges, right? So
I'll buy it. I'm in. Go.
It actually was a great background to have. But I was in engineering school and realized, as much as I loved the studies and the science of engineering, I was going to get super frustrated sitting at a desk for the better part of my professional career, pushing a pencil, doing design. I felt like I needed more personal people interactions than I was going to get as an engineer. So I considered a whole host of other careers. I'd started seeing a chiropractor, and very serendipitously, one day I'm getting adjusted by my chiropractor, and I started asking him questions, and they said, how do you learn how to do this? And so then I went on a journey early on in engineering school. And by the time I finished my sophomore year, I decided this is what I wanted to do. And fulfilled the prerequisites. I completed my engineering program, and then I started in chiropractic college shortly thereafter.
What was your, like, the people around you? So whether it was in school, family, otherwise, what did they say when you're like, I kind of want to make, that'd be a pivot, right? That'd be
my parents thought I was crazy. Back then, we're talking 50 years ago, chiropractors very often thought of as quacks, charlatans, unscientific. I mean, they were given all sorts of labels. So it was a huge shift for my whole circle. When I was in engineering school, a lot of my classmates said, "What do you want to do that for? Aren't they quacks?" And I will say, as much as the resistance was there, but what it did for me is it solidified even deeper in myself, my mission and my purpose that I was connecting to. And I knew that it was the right thing to do, because it required me to then articulate clearly to them what was driving me to do that and the why behind that. So I think that was a good training ground, a good preparation for me to go to school to be surrounded by that skepticism, I suppose is the word. It still exists today, but not to the same level.
Let's fast forward a bit here. So you get out, let's go past chiropractic school. So now where do you begin? Like, do you start your own practice? Do you start working for another doctor? Like how does that part of it? How do you start your career?
So I wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to live. So I took the easy route and I went back to my home in Boston, Mass, or just outside of Boston. And I worked with a chiropractor that I was seeing when I went to chiropractic school. He had a position as an associateship. I started working with him, did that for a couple of years. During that time, I met a woman, also a chiropractor, and we decided that we wanted to do it together, have our practices together. We then she left her practice. She had started her own practice. I left my associateship, and then we started a family practice together.
Wow.
And practiced together for the better part of 42 years.
Wow, it's amazing. So thinking about, and I'm asking this question now because I do want to get into what you're doing at Life Chiropractic College West, but how did you know? Like, how did you know that this was going to be a fulfilling career for you? Like, what drew you there ultimately? Because that this wasn't a phase.
Yeah. So when I went to my chiropractor, when I was a chiropractic patient, it seemed to me, as he was doing the spinal adjustments, the care that a chiropractor does, it seemed so haphazard to me. You feel my back and push in areas of my back. And one time I go to him, I said, Dr. Kadeemer, I said, do you know what you're doing? And it just seems so haphazard.
Yeah.
You just give me the adjustment. He says, no. And I get up off the table and said, you don't? He says, the truth is, Peter, I don't know. He says, what I do know is that I'm putting in very specific forces into your body to take pressure off of your spine. And when I do that, your body works better. And when your body works better, I don't know what the ramifications of that are going to be. It could be that your headache or back pain might get better. It could be that you'll digest your food better. It could be that you'll sleep better. It could be that you might do better in school because your spine and your nerves are connected to everything. And then you walked out of the room. And I said, that's the most honest answer.
It's a pretty dang good answer, actually.
I know what I'm doing. I know what this is going to help you, but I don't know what your body's going to do with it. So that really woke up something inside of me that says there's something to this perspective because it's very different. And as I learned more, I recognized that the whole philosophical premise upon which my profession is built is that the body is inherently designed to work right. That it's really designed to make all the chemicals it needs and all the functionality that's designed by nature to do that. And that when things don't go optimally or go less than we would like it to, it's usually because there's something interfering with that. And what a chiropractor wants to do is do something to the body, take the interference away, to allow the natural process of life to flow as it's designed to. That made a lot of sense to me and very logical, particularly I was an engineer. And then as I began to understand the science behind it, I said, well, this totally fits within my paradigm. All the science and data that is utilized to train a chiropractor based upon what you do to circulate made perfect sense to me. So that was the shift. It really was how they looked at the body made much more sense rather than, oh, you have a cold, take a drug for that. Oh, your back hurts, we'll take that for that. That doing something from the outside to try to replace or stimulate something in the body basically said the body doesn't know what it's doing. And the whole goal of a chiropractor is to say the body knows everything that it's doing. We're just going to allow it to do what it's designed to do better.
Let's switch it up a bit here. I want to get into Life Chiropractic College West. So first, maybe tell us about the organization.
So Life Chiropractic College West was started 40-something years ago. And the initiation of the college was by Dr. Sid Williams. Sid Williams, president of a college in Atlanta, Georgia, Life College. And the college out here was actually failing. It was started by other chiropractors. And he, due to his generosity, said, we need a chiropractic college on the West Coast. But he changed the name of the college at that time to Life West. He was president of Life College. This was Life West. And he had one of his vice presidents come out here, become president, Dr. Jerry Klum, and Life West began. Unique factor of what Dr. Sid Williams had initiated at Life College and that got extended to this campus was an ethos, an underlying culture that he created that he called lasting purpose. And
Yeah.
the lasting purpose was to give for the sake of giving, do for the sake of doing, love for the sake of loving, serve for the sake of serving, just because it's the right thing to do. Knowing that as you put yourself in that place of philanthropic giving and doing and serving that and loving, that that you will get rewarded for that, both as a financially, economically, in terms of that exchange, but also in terms of the love and compassion of our environment. That the universe is designed in such a way that as you put out, it opens the door for things to come back to you. So the whole culture of the college is to come from a place of abundance and a place of just doing things because it's the right thing to do, not because you're expecting that I'm going to do for you, you're going to give back to me, but just the process of giving to you, that energetically in the universe, that will come back to me. It may not be from you, but it'll come from the universal principle of supply and demand and how there's balance within our universe.
Yeah. What now? I know Life College is known for kind of moving beyond the treatment side and also thinking about things like leadership, service, impact on global health. How does that look like? How does that fit into this equation?
So let's first go back to what you said in terms of the treatment side. Much of chiropractic has fit within the alternative care movement of being a natural treatment for problems. That instead of having an ailment and taking a drug or a chemical or a supplement, that we do something to treat that in a natural means. The real goal of chiropractic isn't to treat anything. Is to take care of people, to allow the body to express its inherent wisdom better. That perspective is really the paradigm that Life Chiropractic College West is really moving toward. That we're interested more, rather than treating conditions, is what can we do to allow people to be healthier? What can we allow people to adapt to the world better? Case in point, the past few years, there's been so much effort and energy trying to eliminate or treat a virus. The whole COVID process was focusing on a virus, and very little energy is put into what can we do to create healthier human beings. I'm not saying we don't do that other one, but our culture is ready for doing things to the body that allow it to become healthier, not just to get rid of the ailments. And we've never seen such a push toward people doing more self-care. More people are doing yoga, exercising, eating clean diets, becoming responsible to the things for their self-care because they said, I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
25, 30 years ago, that barely existed. Now the whole culture is moving in that direction, but healthcare hasn't. What we call healthcare is really disease care. Much of what doctors do, all doctors, is focusing on offering treatments, different treatments for ailments, conditions. And the whole goal of where Life Chiropractic College West is moving is, what can we do to allow people to express health better? How do we allow people to do what the body's actually designed to do best, which is to be healthy and adaptive to the world? So that's a repositioning or shifting in that. So the whole goal of our curriculum is to build the future leaders of healthcare. Not just to be competent at being able to analyze and give spinal adjustments, but to allow them to be effective leaders in their community at shifting the paradigm of healthcare, to inspire their patients to actually be healthier rather than just going to the chiropractor as a natural means of treating some condition that the chiropractor is effective at making a change with.
Yeah. And so what does that look like when you talk about the curriculum? I'm just curious, like, on how that may differ, because that's interesting.
So there's a huge shift in the curriculum that's happened at Life Chiropractic College West from any other chiropractic college. When a chiropractic profession began, they needed to teach, basic skills in being able to analyze and adjust the spine. Well, you needed to give them anatomy and physiology and pathology and diagnosis and all these things piled onto the curriculum from an academic standpoint. They feed all that data into the student, and then they go over the threshold one day into the health center, and they need to become a clinician. They need to become a caregiver. So we flipped things. That what basically was, it was an academic program that tried to create a clinician. From day one, we start the program in a clinical window. Our clinically inspired learning program has everything that is taught from the lens of a clinician, from a caregiver. And that starts with day one, from why is that person here? What are they here for? How do you sit in their seat and feel what they're feeling? And then to build an academic program that supports that clinical viewpoint. So it was a flip-flop curriculum. Rather than taking the academics and trying to make a clinician out of them, we're creating a clinician and then supporting that with the academics necessary.
Mm.
In that process, that builds a whole different window through the curriculum as they're here. Our students, were literally from day one, are beginning to put their hands on people and feel what's going on. They enter into our health center earlier than any other chiropractic college because we want them to be in that setting where they're seeing patients and actually seeing patients being taken care of by other clinicians, and then taking and carrying on care with themselves by themselves.
Mm. Yeah, and when you talk about that, especially being in the clinic that early, and that I feel like it cultivates other things too, like maybe empathy or just other like skills that you learn over time. Can you speak on that a little bit, like on how that?
100%. And that this is actually a very key factor, Adam, in terms of where I'm really pushing the curriculum.
Yeah.
We have a whole culture now of students that are coming into college, chiropractic college, as well as all schools, that have developed relationships this way.
Yeah.
Technology,
Yeah.
that's been the source or the means by which they're really developing relationships with their peers and everybody. When a person is going to a caregiver, they don't want to. Yes, they might use that technology to initiate the conversation.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, as a patient, you want to know that you're connecting with your doctor, that
Mm.
there's a clarity of communication, a building of trust, empathy, compassion. So everything that we do in our program is trying to build this compassionate leader. I said that our goal isn't just to create competent clinical chiropractors, but compassionate caregivers. And that's the highest value that I can impart upon people. So yes, the early clinic entrance allows that to occur, but we're infusing that into our process literally from day one. And that comes from my team. That comes from the faculty, staff at the college to hold that space.
Mm. And one of the things I know, Life West, like you're known for talking about creating a brighter future for humanity. I'm curious, what does that mean to you?
So the Board of Regents, or the Board of Trustees of the college, a number of years ago chose that as the vision of Life Chiropractic College West. We're trying to create a brighter future for humanity in multiple ways. First, let's look at the individual. If you view that we are in some way beings of light, that there's a characteristic vibration that exists in all living cells.
Yeah.
And how my cells make me up and make you up are unique to each of us. There's a unique vibrational characteristic, which you could call is like light. It's like a light that you put out that is different than mine. By adjusting the spine, by freeing up interference that can exist in the spine, we allow that light to shine brighter. On an individual level, what we are striving to do is to train our caregivers to allow better light to be expressed within the beingness of humanity, of the human body. But then as we do that, and we put with that an understanding of the brilliance and the genius of the body and how that can express itself in your body that way, that we're actually going to want to care for our bodies better. That we're going to shift the paradigm of how people look at themselves. So if people are looking at creating health rather than trying to treat disease, if they're looking at creating better adaptability to the world rather than trying to run away from viruses and whatnot, that we're shifting that. We're going to create a brighter future, because health and vitality is really what the human body is designed for, what life is designed for. So often people get up and they feel as though they're victim to their environment, their world, yet where our bodies are designed for creation, for adapting to the world, molding to the needs of the world, the planet, for ourselves and us, and building us as a humanity. So I view it on an individual level as well as a global level of creating a brighter future.
So we've talked quite a bit about Life Chiropractic College West, and also, what it means to be a chiropractor, even going through the program. I'm curious, if we spend a little bit of time here from the patient's point of view. So if a patient is maybe new to chiropractic and thinking about it, or have considered it, but they kind of don't know, what should a patient be thinking about when they're out there looking and shopping for a chiropractor?
So the number one thing with not just a chiropractor, any caregiver, is that you feel as though you can have a relationship and trust that person, that there can be an affinity and a connection. The finest technician of whatever their science is, whether it's the medicine, naturopathy, chiropractic, osteopathy, whatever, it doesn't matter what the caregiver is. If you can't feel that you can trust that person, your healing, your next step in life is not going to go as far. So that's number one. Can I trust this person? Can I feel like they're being honest with me? Can I communicate with them? Can I feel vulnerable with them? Am I not going to be dishonored by the trust? Has been one of the most abused things in healthcare. So that's number one, is find a person that you believe that you can be trustworthy with.
Yeah.
Then be clear in terms of what you want. Okay. Very often people will go to a chiropractor and they'll say, I want you to take my problem away. And after I have a conversation with them, rarely is it that they want the problem gone. What they really want is their body to work right. They want the body to function the way that it was designed to function. So you go to the chiropractor, and that's part of the process is, are they just going to take care of my symptom, or are they going to get my body to function? Are they going to be my coach and allowing me to be a healthier, more vital human being in my life? Because getting over a problem is a small thing. Allow your healthy, functional life is the most important thing. What we want to do is be able to be productive at our job, be the best parent that we can be, get on our floor and play with our grandkids, have the golf score that you want to have. That's about doing stuff. It's not about avoiding problems and aches and pains, things of that sort. Does the chiropractor do that? And then are they competent at that? Do they have the skill set? Now, fortunately, virtually every chiropractor in practice today has had to go through colleges that are accredited and recognized by the U.S. Office of Education. They have licensing boards. So there are minimal competencies that are established for the practice of chiropractic. So you don't have to worry about going chiropractic is going to hurt you. That's virtually negligible. That's going to happen. But is this person going to support you and allow you to move in the direction that you want to move? Are they going to help your body become healthier and stronger and more adaptive to the world? Or are they just going to treat my ache, pain, and problem?
It's great. Well, Peter, this has been great having you on the show today and getting to know more about your work and your journey as a chiropractor and also as president of Life Chiropractic College West. That being said, I mean, what's next for you? What's next for the college?
So I just came out to the college January 1st, 2024. So I've only been here a year and a half. And when I came to the college, I was vice president. Did that role for a year and a half, and then the sitting president chose to retire, and the Board of Regents asked me if I would continue on with what it was doing. So my number one purpose at the college is to build the most amazing student experience for a profession that professes vitality, health, and well-being. We've done a very, very good job as a chiropractic profession of overstressing our students, trying to get all this data pushed into their brains in just a few years to push them out into the world that's already healing the world. I am rebuilding the entire student experience because it's been looked at from what do we need to have competence as a chiropractor rather than looking at the seat of the student. What do we need to do to nurture this person so that they can most effectively move through this process, assimilate the data, but have the most amazing experience of their life so they breathe the leader of that into their communities. So that's my number one focus in terms of what I'm trying to do at the college is build the most amazing student experience as we couple that with the finest technique and knowledge part upon them. So that's what I'm here to do. This is to grow the school and build that. So I'm really excited to be here. I've gaining the trust and confidence of my team around me. I have an amazing faculty and staff and admin team that's amazing. I also believe that the culture of education is shifting. It used to be that students would go through high school and then want to move away to college and leave their home and go to college. Students nowadays want to stay much closer to home. And there are a number of chiropractic colleges in different places in the world. I mean, we're here in Northern California. We opened an additional educational site in Omaha, Nebraska, in Bellevue, Nebraska. And something that came to my awareness, our class that just started there just a few weeks ago, 92% of them came within a 100-mile radius of the school.
Whoa.
And then were living at home. And I said, I think we need to bring chiropractic to the students. So my vision is to open additional educational sites across the country. My goal over the next 10 years is to have 10 campuses all over the country that hold true to the ethos, the culture of Life West, that share the mission of this college, have the same curriculum of this college, to focus on building leadership in healthcare in all of our communities by chiropractors that graduate Life West. So that's my vision. That's my goal. Build the most amazing student experience and multiply what we're doing here. The vision of additional educational sites is we're going on to existing college campuses to go to a school that's already existing. We're in Omaha, we're on the campus of Bellevue University. They have about 20,000 students, a very large, successful institution. But nowadays, where a lot of higher ed has dropped in enrollments, they have lots of empty classrooms, empty admin space. So I can bring a program to colleges that are already established, successful, have their student population is down. So I can grow a population of students in that area to offer a new curriculum to many schools.
Man, that's smart. That makes a lot of sense. And you can do it leveraging existing resources.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Win-win.
And we have the technology today. So if I got a phenomenal instructor in Omaha, we can stream that instruction to Hayward, California, or to all my other campuses.
Yeah.
And the other piece of it, I was just mentioning this to a chiropractor earlier. I said, there are phenomenal chiropractors all over the country who are in a place in their practice that they built a successful practice. They may have associates in the practice and they say, I want to give back to my profession, but they're not going to move to Hayward, California, or Atlanta, Georgia, or where college is. So let's bring the college to them. And we avail those colleges of incredibly competent and capable chiropractors to be the teachers of the next generation.
Man, that's exciting. How do people follow up? How do they learn more? How do they connect if they're interested in learning about Life West?
So if you go to lifewest.edu, that is the college's website. Going on there, they'll get lots of information about prospective student, about chiropractic, about what we're doing at the college. So lifewest.edu is the best, easiest way to get more information about what we're doing here. If people want to connect with me personally, it's my first initial P and my last name Kevorkian, Kevorkian at lifewest.edu. So then they're welcome to email me directly. Although if you go to the website, you can email me through that as well.
Perfect. And for everybody listening, just so you know or watching, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes so you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show, each and every day, bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Peter, man, love the work you're doing out there. Appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, Adam.